Manx Museum is 100 years old this year. It is home to an extraordinary collection of artefacts and archives that help tell the story of the Isle of Man and its people. To celebrate our centenary, we have curated a special exhibition and podcast, Museum 100, which will feature a kaleidoscope of treasures from our collections. Hello, I'm Katie King, Curator of Art and Social History for Manx National Heritage. Today I'm going to talk about two objects which have come into our collections from White City, a 20th century fairground and amusement park based at Onchan Head on the Isle of Man. The first object is a life-size model of Dracula in his coffin, which dates from the 1970s. It is painted in lurid neon pink and green paint, presumably to stand out in UV lights, and is somewhat crudely made. He was once pride of place on the ghost train attraction at White City and would pop out to scare people on the ride. The story goes that when White City suddenly closed in the 1980s, a group of young people, and probably a few others who ought to have known better, took it upon themselves to liberate some of the props from the site. It must have been a popular pastime, rummaging through the debris left behind, as one of my childhood memories is visiting the closed and abandoned site with my dad, and finding a small snow globe with a horse tram inside lying on the ground. I quickly pocketed it, and it was a prized possession for a long time. As time passed, some of the more dramatic White City finds have been rediscovered after many years festering in a garage, and have been donated to our collections. There are surprisingly few survivors from the Isle of Man's once extensive entertainment industry, set up to delight and enthrall tourists. So it is always wonderful when such objects resurface. Another survivor is a fiberglass cartoon-style policeman from the bumper car and go-kart attraction at White City. He once stood in the centre of the course, directing people to go in the same direction. This was in fact the last surviving amusement at White City. Onchan Head had been the site of an amusement park since at least 1908, with pirouette troupes and other entertainments attracting thousands of visitors each summer. The name White City was perhaps derived from the famous London dog track. The burning down of the Onchan Head Pavilion in 1962 was perhaps the beginning of the decline, and White City closed down at the end of the 1987 season. The site was redeveloped for apartments in the 1990s.